Music is great, there's no denying that. However, in my eyes, and probably many others, video game music is on a completely different level. Why? I'm not sure, honestly. I guess we're just lucky that so many great composers decided to work on video games. From the peacefulness of Minecraft music to the awesomeness of Doom music, video game music transcends the genre like nothing else, and these are some of my personal favorite video game OSTs. Like the video if you enjoy and subscribe, as it helps out a ton, and with that out of the way, let's begin. Indie games have a pretty decent OST occasionally, but I wanted to talk about a few franchises that I like a ton. Starting out with Undertale. We all know Undertale music, no doubt about it, and Deltarune music obviously. We've all heard it in the background of YouTube videos, hell, I've used it from time to time in mine. And what's funny is that Undertale music fits multiple different areas. There's the sad music, the calm music, the catchy boss fight themes, and Megalovania. Do I really need to say more? Deltarune has pretty good music too. But a common thing with both of them is that I genuinely do not remember the names of them. I mean, some of them I do, but sometimes I hear an Undertale or a Deltarune sounding song in the background of a YouTube video, and I search through playlists and the OST and stuff to find it, but I never can. It's weird, I know. Sometimes though I do find them, hence why you're hearing Core in the background right now. What I always found interesting was the amount of covers, remixes, and fan music that came out of Undertale. Obviously most of it was another Sans related thing, like Megalo Strike Back, or Last Breath, or Bad Time Trio, etc. But still, it tended to go hard. Anyways, that's enough about this one. Bendy in general has always been the underdog in indie games for me. People really don't give it the attention it deserves despite how good it is and how much better the storytelling is in comparison to, say, Hello Neighbor or even FNAF. But one part of the franchise that has always had a lack of attention, even from many fans, is the music. Because Bendy music goes hard. For one, Drawn to Darkness is the Bendy song for me and a lot of people. This song plays in the credits of both Ink Machine and Dark Revival. There's Hellfire Follies, there's Standing Together, and so many more. And one that has always stuck with me and actually brought me to tears was Standing Together Again from Dark Revival, when you play as Beast Bendy. It's a much better version of Staying Together from a previous game, but this time with other familiar soundtracks mixed in here and there. Drawn to Darkness, Staying Together, Hellfire Follies, and more I can't remember are all here. And god, this is such a good song. I can't believe that game is over a year old. Oh, and one thing I always thought was cool was how they actually brought in some fan songs like Build Our Machine, Can't Be Erased, and more into the game. So technically, those songs are canon. Now all we need is Build Our Machine to play in the movie's credits, and my life is complete. Weekly! Play Build Our Machine in the credits, and my life is yours. Another underrated OST I wanted to talk about was Marvel Spider-Man 2. Fun fact, the guy who wrote this in the first game's soundtracks, John Persson, also wrote the Invincible show's music, so this guy is pretty well versed in making bangers. What I love about Spider-Man 2's OST though is how several of the songs have the motifs of Peter's original theme, but it never feels like they're overusing it. It always feels natural and, well, awesome. Plus, Kraven and Harry's themes are awesome too. Kraven's would be the Great Hunter theme, and I'm not sure where Harry's came from, but Second Chance is the closest I could find. Both of these themes play in At Last when you fight Kraven as Venom, which is still the coolest thing I've ever seen in a video game. Anyway, the best song to come out of this game is either Swing or Fighting Back. Swing I can't play because of copyright, but Fighting Back I can play a bit, and if you're wondering, this is the soundtrack that plays in Peter's boss fight. Overall, a really underrated OST. Now, I was going to talk about Super Mario Odyssey's music, but I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, it's in a lot of Minecraft videos for some reason. That is pretty good. That's it. What more do you want from me? Steam Gardens is my favorite, I guess? Whatever, you get the idea. Now, my friends, we move on to the heavy hitters. Minecraft. A timeless game with timeless music. At this point, we all know C418's incredible soundtracks. While he no longer works for Minecraft due to some legal stuff, his music has stood the test of time. He made 2 albums, Volume Alpha and Volume Beta, plus the miscellaneous music like the 3 tracks for the update Aquatic, originally meant for a 3rd unreleased album. Of course, nowadays we have Lena Raine, Aaron Cheroff, and Kumi Tenioka working on the music, but as good as some of it is, like Pigstep, Comforting Memories, etc., none of it compares to Alpha and Beta, so how about we dive into those? Volume Alpha was released with the full release of Minecraft in 2011, with all the survival music and such. Minecraft nostalgia is unmatched. This is just a fact. But part of that is due to the music. Alpha's tracks include Mice on Venus, Sweden, Key, Clark, Hagstrom, and more. People always seem to cry over Sweden and stuff like that, but to be honest, it's never made me entirely feel that way. Maybe once, but never really again. I'm not bashing on the soundtrack. Hear me out. Let me finish. There's just one song that can't be beat and always brings me to tears. Dry Hands. Yeah, those first few notes, man. Damn. I rarely see people talk about this one, but for me, it hits the hardest and is the most emotional theme. It blows all the others out of the water for me, even its opposite, Wet Hands. Dry Hands is the one song that makes me stop what I'm doing in Minecraft and just stare off into the horizon. Actual perfection. Then again, this applies to all of Alpha. Well, except for whatever the hell death is. Imagine hearing that in game. Anyway, let's talk about Volume Beta. In 2013, C418 made more music for the Nether, The End, Creative Mode, and a bunch of new music discs. Yeah, he went 2 for 2 with how hard these albums go. I always found the names of the songs interesting though. Fun fact, Tazwell was created as a tribute to C418's friend, nicknamed Tazwell. Pretty good tribute. Tazwell was one of many songs made for Minecraft's Creative Mode during Drayton, Biome Fest, Haunt Muskie, and of course, Aria Math. Wow, actually incredible. Now, while Dead Voxel, the theme for the Nether, isn't all that interesting to me, that doesn't mean it's bad. The soundtrack, The End, for while The End is. What sets this apart from all the other beta tracks is the fact that it has slightly warped and distorted versions of most of the alpha tracks. It starts out with Minecraft, which slowly distorts and devolves into the rest of the music. People talk about crying when the Sweden motifs show up around the end, but for me, when Dry Hands played, damn, that hit deep. So yeah, beta is amazing. I think both alpha and beta are going to go down in history as some of the greatest music known to man. C418 is a true master of his craft, man. I'm glad Lena Rain and the other new artists are doing a decent job of making timeless Minecraft music to this day. But speaking of timeless music, I think most gamers can recognize the original Halo theme a mile away. The choir at the beginning is iconic and memorable, and the theme that follows is unforgettable. Marty O'Donnell made some great music, huh? See, with each Halo game that Marty wrote music for, the theme is slightly different each time. For the first game, it doesn't exactly fit a specific theme, but it has this aura to it that sets it apart from the others. I think iconic is the right word for it. From the many themes that play in the earlier levels, to the original Flood theme, to the main theme kicking in during the final Warthog run, Combat Evolved's music is simply amazing, but the best part is that it got better with time. Halo 2 brought in a new instrument using guitars in their tracks, and it goes hard. They even remixed the original theme into the Mjolnir mix, where they basically made it metal as possible. I'm not that big into metal for the most part, but video game metal? Hell yes! For the guitar sections of the OST, they brought in someone named Steve Vai, a famous guitarist who made these tracks even better, and he even came back for Halo 2 Anniversary to re-record his old tracks, plus some new ones like my personal favorite, Breaking the Covenant. Of course, it still kept the emotional choir parts here and there, like with Heavy Price Paid and the main menu theme. So yeah, Halo 2's music is great, but as I said, it gets even better with Halo 3. Halo 3's music is so incredible, it's hard for me to put it into words. This time around, they used a piano for many of the soundtracks, and wow, they hit deep. Never forget, finish the fight. One final effort. Yeah, they cooked. But the best song is at the end of the game during the Warthog run. Weirdly enough, the music that plays isn't exactly officially released, but there are a couple of videos that have extracted the music from the game, so if you want to, go listen to those. But the music that people like the most is Halo 3 ODST. For this game, Marty went with a smooth jazz vibe, hence why there's a saxophone here and there, and it's such a different vibe from his other work on the previous games, but it works so well. It's so much more calmer and somehow feels more tragic and grounded than the other Halo games. While I don't think this is the best OST out of all of the games, I can definitely see why people would think so. As usual, Marty only knows how to make good music, which is especially true when you listen to Halo Reach's OST. This feels even more grittier and all the more tragic than ODST's music. I mean, that's Reach in a nutshell, right? From the awesomeness that is Tip of the Spear, to the heavy hitter that is We Remember, to the tragic ending of Lone Wolf, this game's OST is incredible. Breathtaking, if you will. Well, it did take a few people's breath away. Anyway, that's enough about me ranting about cool sci-fi armored people. But if you thought Halo 2's guitar went hard, wait till you hear. Okay, I just quickly wanted to talk about Sonic music, but I promise this won't take long. Maybe. While the games themselves have ranged from good to okay to Sonic Forces, the music itself is always awesome. The most iconic is undoubtedly Live and Learn from Sonic Adventure 2, which, yeah, it's a banger. It's just so uplifting and hopeful and, well, catchy. I mean, what more is there to say? It's Live and Learn. I can't wait to hear it when Sonic 3 comes out in December. Speaking of Crush 40, the band that wrote Live and Learn, another of their songs that goes hard is I Am All of Me, the main theme for Shadow the Hedgehog. And while that game is pretty infamous for how hard it tries to be edgy,
where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
The theme itself is just such a banger. Then again, it's a Crush 40 song, so of course it is. Anyway, obviously the original themes from the OG Sonic games are still iconic to this day, even if they aren't as catchy as modern Sonic themes, and even if Sega can't stop using Green Hill. Sonic Mania actually captured the tone of these themes pretty well. My personal favorite is by far Metallic Magnus Act 2. I mean, Eggman raps in this one, and there's a saxophone. How do you get better than this? However, modern Sonic music still takes the cake for me. While I don't care for Fist Bump or Theme of Infinite like many others do for some reason, Sonic Frontier's boss fight music is just so peak. It's like Sonic Team saw Metal Gear Rising went bet they cooked these all up. Undefeatable, Find Your Flame, and my personal favorite, Break Through It All. People honestly don't give that one enough credit, because for me, it's the theme that goes the hardest. However, I'm Here Revisited also goes hard. While the original I'm Here is alright, the revisited version is on another level. They cooked so hard with Frontiers' Update 3. So yeah, Sonic and Metal go hand in hand, but their boss fight themes aren't the only ones to go hard. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. What is there to say that hasn't already been said? This game randomly got a boost in popularity back in the day, like 2022-ish, in part thanks to the backdoor duology of videos.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
But also because of the banging boss themes. Like, you can't hate any of these songs. And unlike a lot of the OSTs I've talked about, these have actual lyrics. The first boss's theme, Rules of Nature, may not be the best, but when that climax kicks in as Raiden catches the blade, damn dude, this goes hard as hell. Then when you beat up a robot dog, which is the best summary I can think of, the theme, I'm My Own Master Now, is alright. They can't all be incredible. But Mistral's theme, A Stranger I Remain, is honestly pretty underrated. It's not my favorite, but I wish people talked about it more. It's such a bop. So is Stains of Time, but that's not really a surprise. This fight was insane, and the music makes it so much better.
Means the DNA of the soul.
And Red Sun is Red Sun. What more is there to say?
Like I said, Jack, it's a crew, and I love
But my personal favorite is undoubtedly, unashamedly, the only thing I know for real. It's just too good, honestly. I love boss battles where you fight an equal opponent, no random minions or lame gimmicks, just you and them throwing hands, like the Arkham Origins Deathstroke fight or something of that quality. and the Jetstream boss fight hits that perfectly. I could not get over how hard that guitar goes. Such an incredible piece of music. And of course, the final boss theme, I'm skipping Collective Consciousness, yes. It has to be this way. No, it's not actually called Standing Here, I realize. But it still goes hard as hell. I know this game's popularity died down a while ago, but you cannot deny how good the music is to this day. And what's funny is that there's another game at PlatinumGames that has really good music. Transformers Devastation. Okay, I promise this part won't take long. I just want to quickly talk about how good Devastation's music is. Can't really be surprised though, considering Vince DiCola made the OST. Yeah, the same guy who made the soundtrack for the '86 movie. He genuinely deserves to be more on Transformers stuff. Anyway, pretty much all of the boss music features the metal guitar, but if you ask me, none of them do it better than Soundwave's theme. I like to imagine Soundwave is just playing the music through his speakers just despite the Autobots as he drops some sick tunes on them. I don't think anything beats his theme in the game, but that's not to say the other themes don't slap, like Menasors or Devastators or the final fight with Megatron in space. Metal and choir is usually a combo for peak music, and Vince has proven me right. Bravo, Vince. But if you ask me, his best work isn't from here, nor is it from the '86 movie. It's from the peak of peak games. Angry Birds Transformers. Yeah, now we talk about mobile game music. To save the best for last, we'll talk about the Angry Birds music after I quickly talk about other themes from other games. While mobile games are far from as iconic as they were in the 2010s, partly due to how little effort is put into them, the old themes still slap today. Subway Surfers Beat is still pretty decent, though with how often it's used as the background in dumb TikToks, the game itself has kinda lost its charm. The theme, no, but the game, yeah, not great. As for Jetpack Joyride, yeah, this theme still slaps, but people usually give just the main theme credit when the OST itself actually has some pretty decent bangers. From the chill theme of the Stash to the bop that is Steam Powered Sam to whatever the hell Uncle Sam is, the entire OST slaps harder than people give it credit for. That being said, the main theme still goes harder than anything. So too does the Fruit Ninja theme. And I think that's all themes other than Angry Birds that I can remember. Speaking of which, the original Angry Birds theme is still iconic to this day, to the point where Rovio cannot stop using it in literally everything they make. In their other games, in the movies, and whatever else is Angry Birds related. To be fair though, it's still a pretty good theme. Catchy, iconic beat that can't be beat. Anyway, some of the other games of the franchise do have pretty good themes. Angry Birds Space has a pretty good remake of the original theme, but well, space. And Angry Birds Epic has a pretty epic theme.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
The one theme that sticks out from the rest, just waiting to be given the attention it deserves, is the Angry Birds Transformers theme. That's right, Vince DiCola did actually return to make the music for this game. The game in general has always been kinda underrated, even though it was the only game of the original Angry Birds era to survive Rovio's purge of the classic games. Yeah, the game has kinda fallen off ever since they added a battle pass, but come on dude. It's Angry Birds, but Transformers. How do you get more peak than that? And the music just makes it so much better because, oh my god. The main theme has music from the game's OST, so we're just going to talk about that only. It's amazing. I don't really know what else to say, but it's just so good. It channels Transformers so well, while also managing to keep the Angry Birds charm here and there. I wish Vince was in more Transformers stuff nowadays because this, Devastation, and the '86 soundtrack prove how good he is at making Transformers music. Also, you might be asking if the reason I talk more about Transformers than, say, Super Mario Odyssey is because I wanted an excuse to talk about Transformers. My answer is no, because I plan to make a video talking about Transformers in the future. But I totally wanted an excuse to talk about Doom music because holy mother! Yes. Finally, I have an excuse to ramble about Doom music. Now, don't get me wrong, the older Doom games has some pretty good music, from the original At Doom's Gate to the Doom 3 theme. There's been pretty decent music since the beginning. But dude, 2016 and Eternal's music is on another level entirely. Like, it transcends the term metal. probably because Mick Gordon used chainsaws and lawnmowers and synthesizers instead of guitars. Yeah, I'm not kidding. The standout theme from Doom 2016 is undoubtedly BFG Division, but unfortunately it's resulted in much of the OST being neglected in favor of Division, even though it all goes hard. There's Damnation, which has the sickest choir in the game, Rip and Tear, which is, well, Rip and Tear, and one of my favorites, Harbinger. If you didn't know, it uses the Doom 3 guitar as its main theme, which is insanely cool and goes so hard. Another good one is Mastermind when you fight, well, Spider Mastermind. But the thing about this one is that it's a remix of BFG Division. Why is there a remix of Division in the same game that Division is in? Because it slaps. Duh. I think that should be pretty obvious. Oh, and of course, the Doomsgate remake. I mean, what did you expect? At this point, Doomsgate is totally the main theme for Doom. I don't know how on earth Mick Gordon did it. Like, this music is just so different from anything I've ever listened to. This isn't even metal. It's steel. But 2016 is just a spark. Eternal is what poured gasoline onto the flame. Yeah, I know, weird analogy. This music is on another level. There's obviously the standout song, that being The Only Thing They Fear Is You, which has pretty much become the most iconic song that Mick Gordon's made. Thankfully though, people seem to have an equal appreciation for many of the other songs in the OST this time, which makes sense considering how hard they all go. There's BFG 10K, a fast-paced wild theme, Super Gorness, which holy shit goes so hard with those synth sounds, Meat Hook, one of the sickest sounding songs in the soundtrack, Gladiator, which made me ascend when hearing the Sentinels, and of course, my personal all-time favorite, Cultist Based. I don't know how, I don't know why, but this single song goes harder than anything I've ever listened to. This is on another level. It feels like I'm actually beating the shit out of demons and tossing them around like ragdolls. You know how sometimes you listen to a certain song and imagine a crazy ass fight scene? Yeah, well in this case, I'm the one fighting. Fun fact, this song is my alarm. Like, I get up to this. Sometimes though, I just lay in bed and unironically bop to the music. It's funny how I listen to Minecraft music to relax and Doom music to relax. I'm not kidding. It helps me focus. Hell, as I'm typing this script, I'm listening to Cultist Based. Yeah. It's a shame we're probably never going to see Mick return to Doom after how Bethesda treated him, but in the new Dark Ages trailer, that music goes hard. Like, when that horn plays. Damn, dude. Chills. But according to the captions, those horn sounds are guitar riffs. Dude, we're in for yet another banger OST it seems. And I'm all for it.
Yes!
Music in video games is honestly way more underrated than it should be. To some people, it's just noise, but to people like me, it's art. The songs I've talked about are all my personal favorite game OSTs, but I'm sure people watching this have some other OSTs I missed, so please, tell me in the comments what your favorite video game OST is, because it's fun to interact with you guys. With all that said, I hope you guys love this one, like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Assuming the next video doesn't take 2 months. Karin took.